You got a few minutes? It's time for those of us who are concerned about our nation's future to focus on what's at stake in this year's elections. This is a time of great challenge for our country. We know that somewhere in the world our worst enemies either have or are trying to get their hands on the most dangerous weapons known to man. Small rogue nations are developing nuclear weapons and threatening our allies. Large nations are engaged in massive military buildups. At home, we're girding for the possible onset of a recession. Now, if this wasn't America, I might be worried. But very soon, we'll go to the polls and set a path that will determine how we respond to these challenges. It'll be a decision that we'll make not only for ourselves, but very possibly for generations to come. John McCain's entire life has been devoted to defending those principles that made our country great. His life has been one of duty and honor, dedication, sacrifice. He's been involved in every major domestic and foreign policy issue for 3 decades and has fought to reform Washington in ways that would change our country for the better. Responsible change is the essence of conservatism. We must change in order to preserve what's best about our country. We've always been able to accommodate constructive change without turning our back on our first principles. We must do it again. However, that does not include staking everything upon the eloquence and inexperience of one who has towed the extreme liberal and partisan line his entire political life, as much as he tries to blur that fact now. This is the choice that we have in this election. Let's hope that for our nation's sake that we choose well. Thank you.
Paid for by the Republican National Committee and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.gop.com.